get a hospital closed by the Liberals, right? We had everyone else seems to get a highway. The second Brampton wants a highway around our community, everybody's got a problem, right? The same issues, but what else are they feeling right now? Well, affordability is tough, right? Like, it's hard to make a dollar stretch. If you're working class, middle class, even upper middle class, frankly, you're feeling the pinch. You're feeling the pressure on things being more expensive, right? The PC government's the only government in recent memory that has never raised a tax and never will raise a tax on the backs of people, right? We cut the gas tax, 10 cents a liter. You see what's happening now, the gas companies raising the price because of the wars around the world and this and that. Don't worry, I'm not talking about the wars around the world. I'm focused on Ontario, but you know, the gas prices go up. Imagine if it was 10 cents more. Imagine if every time you filled up that you're paying 10 cents a liter more, but you're not because of these two gentlemen that are here. I'll humbly include myself in there. I voted for that budget too. And importantly, the leader, the Premier of Ontario, Doug Ford. And when I talk about us being the best country in the world, he's a leader that's standing up for us being the best country in the world. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember when he put on that Canada Not For Sale hat, right? When Trump gets elected, and we love the American people, Trump is the issue, right? He goes up there, oh, Canada should be the 51st state. The federal government, I don't know where they were. You know, Justin Trudeau was hiding. It was Doug Ford that went out there, stood up for us and fought for us, not just in Canada, but on American news. And stood up for us, a clear message that Canada is not for sale. You know, we love the American people. One day we'll find our way back into a friendlier atmosphere with them. We love the American people. It's one guy that we got an issue with. But importantly, we got to make sure that regardless of how he feels, because it depends which side of the bed he wakes up on, is how he's going to be treating Canada in terms of our trade agreement. We've got stuff that we can do here ourselves to make sure that our own people are looked after. Right? It takes too long to get a permit for development. The cost of doing business is too high from government regulation. We can do that ourselves. We can trade with other provinces at 8% GDP increase, which is like $80 billion added to the economy if we just trade with other provinces in an open and fair way. We're doing that. We're working on that. And we're actually doing things like building roads. Imagine the Liberals, was it Stephen Guilbeault? Anybody know who that guy is? He says it says that we don't want to build any roads anymore in Canada. Well, I don't know. I think they need to build roads in Scarborough. What do you guys think?
Yes.
You know, it's good to have subway. We got subways coming. We got trains coming in transit, but you know, people still need to drive. They don't want to pay that license plate sticker fee that the Premier also took off.
Yes.
Right? We need to be investing in building things and building our country. And that's the vision of the Premier. Unfortunately, that's not the vision of everybody that's out there. You know, we got to get tough on crime. You know, this, I don't know who else is fed up with this. The same scumbags knocking somebody over, stealing their car. They're out on bail the next day, not once, not twice, not 3 times, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. You know, victimizing people time and time again. You know, is this Premier, is Doug Ford that said, enough is enough? You know, put yourself in somebody's shoes. Imagine some scumbag comes up, knocks on the window of your car, give me the keys to your car. You get the keys. Sometimes people have a kid in the back of the car. Imagine you had a family member with you. You call the police. They do the right thing. They arrest the guy that did it. The next day, you see this guy at the gym or at Walmart because some liberal judge, and some of these we point to, they're reading the liberal criminal code that is prioritizing the rights of criminals over the rights of everyday citizens who are just trying to get by. It's Doug Ford that's put in investments in crown attorneys. We're building more jails. We're putting helicopters into police services. We've hired twice as many police entering Ontario than ever existed before. It's this Premier that's standing up to get tough on crime. I think that's the right thing to do. What do you guys think? Is that the right thing to do?
Jail not bail.
Well, the opposition parties don't agree, right? They think that all we need to do is just high-five them and be nice to criminals. Somehow they're going to stop committing crime. Don't get me wrong. We need to look after people where they're at. There's kids that we are leaving behind. You know, that we need to make sure that we're stepping up to protect. But I'm sorry, the second that you have a gun in your hand and you're robbing another one of your citizens, remember, we're all in this together. I'm sorry, you got to be locked up. We got to throw away the key on these people. Premier Doug Ford is the only leader in provincial politics in Ontario that's delivering that message, meaning it, and putting dollars behind it to make sure that that's the reality. And this by-election coming up, we don't know when it will be, right? Has to be by a certain date. I think it has to be by September or something like that. So we don't know when it'll be, but when it's coming, the Liberals and the NDP are going to come around. They're going to try to win Scarborough Southwest, and they're going to use that as a vindication that their mindset, their ideology, their philosophy is right. And I got to tell you, these people couldn't be more wrong. Right? We need to do the fundamentals. And maybe even more importantly than that, I got to spend a day here a little while ago visiting. I met a lot of you guys there, visited a lot of places of worship. We did an event here at the Legion. We did, I was dizzy by the end of it. We did like 9 events that day, I'll be honest. Right? And what people wanted here in Scarborough Southwest, what I heard over and over and over again, is that we don't have a relationship with government. Right? We have an NDP MPP. All she can do for us is yell at you guys from across the other side of the chamber. She wasn't able to get things done for us. I think Scarborough Southwest deserves an MPP that can get things done for the residents here.
Yes! Yes!
The people deserve that, right? They deserve somebody who's aligned with us, a progressive conservative who actually gets it, who has the right ideas. They deserve somebody who's got the ear of the government that can get things done and deliver for them. And the good news is all of us here can help them get it, right? The way that we can help them get it is that making sure that whenever that by-election is called, we send a progressive conservative to Queen's Park on behalf of the residents here in Scarborough Southwest.
Yeah.